I think if you look back at Chattanooga and you realize that most of our fortune in this region was made following the Civil War as Chattanooga developed into a heavy manufacturing town. That meant we were a city of smokestacks, and it was incredibly polluted. There was just sort of this hovering of the clouds over the entire bowl of the community surrounded by mountains. Chattanooga began at where Ross's Landing is with a small trading post. When I got here in the late 70s, Chattanooga lived in the outlying areas. Dark came and no one was downtown. And the Chattanooga that I see downtown now is not the Chattanooga that was here in 1978.
Sweet Tennessee, land for my bones and history. Sweet Tennessee, find me in your hill and in your stream.
Just from the Clean Water Act alone, regulating the amount of industrial pollution that enters our rivers, we've really been able to make a large dent in the pollution that's in the Tennessee River. I think it's incredibly important to educate the public. And one of the things I love about working for the Tennessee Aquarium is that we get to do that every day. We have about 700,000 visitors each year who go through the aquarium. About 100,000 school kids come on field trips to the aquarium. And so we have a chance to reach each of those people with messages about why fresh water is so important, what it means to have healthy fresh water, and what they can do to help clean up water at their houses. So yes, we do a lot through our educational displays. We work in our conservation department with landowners, with government agencies, with all sorts of different people, just to make sure everyone's involved in the health of their watershed.
The Air Pollution Control Bureau during the 70s, very active in working with industries on how to reduce pollution. That had a significant impact on the city.
I was growing up and I went to Swanee. Chattanooga was about the second or third most polluted city in the United States. So all my friends who would be coming up from the south through Chattanooga would just criticize Chattanooga to death. So I think that's one of the biggest things. We've cleaned up the air.
Huge for Chattanooga was Jack Lupton. Kind of had the vision of putting the aquarium downtown, and it's funny, back then, I've read stuff and people told me, Chattanooga didn't even want that at that time. Like, a lot of people were against it, and this is a dumb idea, but this is a really super dirty city. But he put that downtown, and that kind of has helped spread. As you can see, good restaurants came in, tourism really picked up. It really just helped spark.
Chattanooga is in the midst of a really remarkable period where we have new growth happening from the gig city, where we have these new entrepreneurs with their ideas moving into our town. And I think we're really positioned to be an amazing city where people can live, work, and play.
Just about 3 years ago, we started a company called Lamppost Group. And Lamppost Group is a business incubator, and basically we help start other businesses. And so we help people start businesses. So kind of like Shark Tank style, where a team will come in and kind of pitch us an idea, and we will we kind of like it or don't like it, and kind of give them some advice and mentor them, and we'll end up kind of giving them some funding, and then we'll kind of help mentor them and help grow their business.
We're, of a city our size, we were the best for under 30 entrepreneurs in the nation. All of those things give me a lot of hope.
Brock at Aztec, Don Brock, he's a kind of a quieter guy, but it's a publicly traded company here in Chattanooga that's got 19 global facilities all over the world. And so there's a lot of neat kind of can-do spirit in Chattanooga, and a lot of influential people.
It's 61 or 2 years ago now that the Hunter was established in the mansion, which was a house from 1905, in a way the first part of the collection. You think back that long ago, 62 years, and what Chattanooga was a very different town than what we see. 1975, the biggest of our 3 building addition was built. Hunter was one of the leaders of downtown. The people that led the museum, the board of trustees, the staff, the volunteers, the supporters, in 1970s, when they built that additional wing, that was a statement saying we believe in downtown, we believe in the riverfront, we think it's important, and we're going to invest here as an educational center, culture, and art. The public art is so accessible when you walk and ride and jog and drive, whatever. It's almost everywhere now. We have more public sculpture than most cities you go to in this country, and I've been to an awful lot of them. I've been to some of the biggest ones that have some comparable, but a lot of them, our size, don't have anywhere near this kind of approach or consistent intention to do it and place it now throughout the city. You're getting placed in neighborhoods in a variety of zones, starting at Main Street and downtown and First. They spread it, and the reason it's spreading is because the neighborhoods are asking for them now, because they see the value. But in the community, the aesthetics of the community usually change directly to the good. It matters if you take the same amount of bricks and build a block house, have an architect organize them and make them a little more beautiful, which one's going to be winning?
The thing I love about Chattanooga, and I moved here 8 years ago, so I'm not from this town, but I love how it's constantly pushing towards something better.
It's a vibrant town, a lot of youth coming to this town, so there are a lot of opportunities opening up, and you can feel it. You can feel the synergy of people wanting to change, wanting to do new things. People are willing to try new things.
People talk about the Chattanooga way, which I really love that phrase. It's something, I've been here 3 years, and I came in part because of that. It is the cooperative work environment.
It's incredible that within 20 minutes of downtown, I could go rock climbing or paddle boarding even in downtown, or whitewater rafting. There's so many different options here. But it's also a great place where you can make a living and you can raise a family, and it's a really nice place to be. So I think our secret's going to get out. More and more people are going to want to be part of this, but I'm really excited about that.